Welcome back to Brain Overboard. In this game, I played black in the Scandinavian Defense and built up so much pressure that my opponent had no choice but to resign. Let's break it down. My opponent starts pawn to e4. I respond pawn to d5, the Scandinavian Defense. They play pawn to d3, and I push pawn to c5, grabbing space. White captures pawn takes d5. I develop bishop to f5. Then comes queen to f3, and I play knight to f6, developing with tempo. White gets greedy with queen takes f5. I calmly play pawn to e6. They capture pawn takes e6. I recapture pawn takes e6. White tries queen takes e6 check. I block with bishop to e7. They retreat queen to c4. I bring knight to d7. White develops bishop to g5. I play rook to c8, already putting pressure on the queen. They drop knight to e2. I push pawn to a6. White plays knight to d2. I push pawn to b5, queenside expansion. Their queen retreats to f4. I castle kingside. White plays bishop takes f6. I recapture bishop takes f6. They slide queen to e4. I answer rook to e8. Their queen bounces to f4, and I strike bishop takes b2. White plays rook to b1. I line up rook to f8. They swing queen to g4, knight to f6, hitting the queen. Queen to g3. I slide bishop to e5, centralizing. Their queen goes to e3. I drop rook to e8, doubling pressure. White pushes pawn to d4. I respond pawn takes d4. They try queen to e4. I play knight takes e4. They recapture knight takes e4. I swing rook takes c2, crashing through. White plays rook to d1. I deliver queen to a5 check. At this point, white resigns. Good game. This game shows the power of the Scandinavian defense when your opponent overextends. They chased pawns and brought the queen out too early. I developed calmly, built pressure, and launched a queenside attack that left them hopeless. Don't bring your queen out too soon in the opening. Development and king safety always come first. In this game, my opponent ignored that, and I punished with precision, forcing resignation.
Breathe in, like breathe out, bright. Both hands up, claim your life. Say, I am watching rise. We are stars behind these eyes. I'm in God mode, light on overload. Halo in my chest when the nights get cold. We don't break, we don't bend, we never fold. You got the spark inside, let it take control. Shine, shine. I'm in God mode, watch it soul unfold. Turn the pressure into diamonds, strip pure gold. Look within, that's the truth that you've been told. You got the light inside, let it take control. Glow up the block, then glow up the globe. One flame shared turns embers to old. If you forgot, remember your code. Light in your chest, that's God mode.